Okay.
Oh, never
Oh
mind.
well.
They're pretty close.
Yeah, not so much, but that's okay. We'll just live with
Catch.
better to get the game going. All right, welcome to Oceanic Battle Arena Week 12. I'm Carrot Colossus. I'm joined by Miss Fish. We've just moved into Champ Select, and play some League. So it should be interesting to see how this goes. Let me just put that one up.
New
Yes,
patch,
because
bunch of reworks.
yeah, plus Worlds has certainly influenced things. Janna's now a huge pick in the competitive meta. Um, so
Against divers, like Kazakhs and stuff.
mm, mm,
I don't know about the Azir ban. I think he's really, really weak right now. When they bug fix him and stuff, he will be super OP just because his range. He has like the longest range out of anybody.
Yep.
And he can poke you for 300 towers, which is pretty stupid.
Yep.
So I think he'll be picked competitively once they fix like some bugs and stuff, because he just feels really clunky right now
Yep.
when you play him.
Yeah, I'd say Zed's a good ban. Zen's pretty OP at the moment. It still is OP.
I'd be leaning more towards something like a Rise or a Maokai ban though.
Yeah. Tristana's probably still worth banning.
Yeah, just on it, and Lucian actually. Lucian's just, he stomps every single lane ever.
Really, that's interesting because I was under the impression that he sort of came back into the packs. Maybe people must have figured him out or something. Because he just kind of
He just has really low mana costs on his Q, so you can just spam it through creeps if you know what you're doing, and you just bully them super hard. Like, Lucian is a free lane win for most people when
okay.
like, I get him at plat or whatever. And Tristana sort of wins when she gets 4 items, she just wins the game, so they're both kind of ban-worthy.
All right. I mean, the Akali ban, in some ways, Akali's kind of worth banning just because.
She's a solo QOP.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, the way you beat her is you take a pink ward into lane. Like that's kind of the beginning and the end of it. Make sure you put it down when she goes to engage. So she's not hard to beat. She operates in a way that most people when they start out don't actually think to operate in.
I like the first pick Kha'Zix. He's probably the best jungler right now. And people are building him differently. They're maxing W and evolving W first. And just poking really hard with it. Instead of the assassin Kha'Zix.
Yeah, it's funny how that's come back into, because for a while there, solo lane Kha'Zix mid or top was like the big thing with evolving his W, and now that's come back into fashion.
He's actually okay top lane right now, I think. Tryndamere and LeBlanc picked. I don't really know.
Interesting. If Steve was here, he'd be very excited by the Tryndamere pick. I guess
Tryndamere.
Yeah, he's.
I always get RNG'd by him.
Yeah, that's.
I was playing a game and I walked through try into lane. He ordered me once, got 5 Fury, and ordered me again and crit me.
Oh my gosh, so
And I'm
painful.
just like, are you serious? Is this happening?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of Tryndamere. Like, he is the RNG, random number generator. If you don't know what RNG is, he's the random number generator king. Like, essentially, at level 1, he can be really horrible if he manages to get his Fury up and then start critting your face off. But he also could do terribly. I mean, I think by and large, it comes down to the strategy you use to fight him. It'll be interesting to see how Fiora goes against him.
She's got parry.
Yeah, which if you manage to land on a crit, like if it just happens that he goes to crit you and you land it, that will hurt him bad. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I mean, I guess they have a similar sort of farming approach. But I mean, when her parry is down, if Trig gets crits off, it's going to hurt a lot. So, be interesting to see how that goes.
I really like the Twisted Fate pick against it because it sort of hurts him when he tries to split push because you just collapse on him.
And that's the thing with Tryndamere, like he is a split pusher. He doesn't really, I mean, especially with the Janna picked, his ability to go into a team fight is pretty should be pretty limited.
Yeah, he'd get destroyed in team fights.
Yeah. Probably the thing that's the blue side are really missing is
A tank.
yeah, they got no tanks. And to be honest, purple team, I mean, I guess
They have really good kiting though.
they do, yeah. And pretty good, yeah, very good mobility. I don't know if, I mean, with the sort of hard engage and, you know, that, like, I mean, a new deer charging at you, I wonder to what extent Janna, I mean, I think that becomes a skill thing where if Janna can continuously peel and manage all her abilities right, she can really delay the other team, or certainly Udia, from getting in there. I like Thresh. I think Thresh is a really good pick against Janna because
Thresh destroys Janna in lane.
yeah, because essentially his CC counteracts has
and
like
she's
her
so squishy too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So if she takes a hook, she just dies.
Yep. I think it'll be interesting to see. I mean, what are your thoughts on Graves? I mean, where he's at? Do you think?
Just kind of a bad Lucian.
Yep.
Just Lucian, but weaker. He's pretty good in lane.
I would say that matchup's pretty even.
I just think it's just slightly weaker than other ADs, which is why it's not picked. It's not that it's bad or anything.
Yep.
Also, the BT changes really hurt him.
Yeah, well, that's one of the main issues.
Use it or anything.
So we can talk about the actual the summoners now. So Trindamir's gone teleport, and Fiora hasn't. I think that's a big problem because
Fiora will probably beat him in 1v1 then.
Yes, but if Trindamir pushes and then teleports away, or they push up and he goes to teleport, essentially the lack of teleport is going to be could be a huge issue depending on how Trindamir goes about his laning and all of that.
And LeBlanc taking teleport is hugely bad.
Yeah.
She needs Ignite to pressure and kill TF in lane.
Yep. Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's one of the ways that purple is the only hope of winning is if LeBlanc can pick people off like that.
and TF is pretty vulnerable to assassins in my view. I mean, essentially, if you, especially with someone like a LeBlanc who's got really high mobility, she can blink back to where she started. I think that's going to make it, very difficult. Because, I mean, essentially, as soon as he uses one of his picker cards, she goes in, lays down a bunch of bursts, goes back. Because the only thing he's got to stop her is a stun. And unless you can get that, if you never get the stun off, well, then she's just going to dance around him.
Thresh could actually take Ignite in this. It'd be really, really, really good for lane. Because I've been saying kill pressure on Janna Lucian. But
Yeah.
Exhaust is definitely the better choice outside of lane for Kha'Zix and Fiora. So, going with the solo queue mentality of trying to win lane and that sort of thing, I would probably... I would consider picking Ignite now because Graves has insane burst.
And I mean, Ignite can also kill a Fiora when she's midway through her ult. So if you manage to catch her out and you drop the Ignite on her, then she's not going to be able to last. She's basically going to die mid-ult, which is, spares you a bit of damage.
Yeah,
I guess, however, what you could do, so what I realised is TF, I mean, this is really stupidly risky, but TF could try and stop a Tryndamere split push.
He can just wave clear against it and then port to the team.
Well, yeah, depending how, but if he goes down in lane, I mean, this is the thing with TF and why I've got persistent issues with people picking him apart from the pros, is that he rides a very thin line. If he doesn't do well in lane, do well anywhere in the game. If just this Tryndamere goes big and does really well, then I mean, essentially TF can just go in on it. Tryndamere can just go in on him. Because, well, Tryndamere's got his ultimate, and what does he care that you've stunned him under tower? He just then hits you 3 times, blows you up, spins away. Thanks for playing.
TF can Zhonya's though. Zhonya's is really good against Tryndamere because you burst him down, force him to use ulti, and then Zhonya's for his ulti duration.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it depends how big he goes. If he's behind, not a problem. If he's got, you know, Bloodthirster, Eye Edge, Phantom Dancer, like,
Yeah.
you know, you're not going to stop that. He's going to... I mean, essentially, if he gets 100% crit, you're dead.
I'm surprised nobody picked, like, Soraka or Victor or anything.
Yeah, Soraka, I really love the new Soraka. She is heaps fun.
I think she is so OP, like, the most OP champion right now. This is just my opinion. So
solo lane or in bottom lane?
In bottom lane, I think her laning is sort of average or below average, but late game, if you don't focus her in fights, she just heals up her carries so much you can't kill them.
Yeah.
And her ulti removes grievous wounds as well, which is
Does it
stupid.
really? Wow.
Yes, before the heal is applied as well.
Wow, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, so Mundo Soraka.
Ew. Ew.
But her W has like 2-second cooldown and 240 base heal at max rank. So if she isn't the one being focused in a team fight, then her carry just gets healed over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's the thing. Essentially, if you focus her though, she dies real quick.
Yeah, especially because she has to use her own health.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, late game, maybe that's if you get really, really super late when she's got 6 items, okay, you might not be able to kill her, but pretty much up until that point, she's relatively squishy. I mean, most people are building Sightstone, you know, the gold generation item, which is probably going to be Ancient Coin, so that doesn't give you any health or anything. No, it doesn't. It used to, I think. Oh, no. No.
It doesn't give any health. It gives health 3.
I'm thinking of Shirelia's actually used to get health. Yeah, she's basically going to be squishy until she can actually build a specifically defensive item, which is it's going to take a while to get to that point.
Yep. So, both teams could invade. They actually have, both of them have pretty good level 1s.
Yeah, I'd say the purple side level 1 is actually pretty nasty, depending what you pick. I mean, if Thresh is obviously going to go his hook first. If Udyr goes his stun, you know,
or even Tiger, just because it does stupid damage.
No, what are you doing?
Oh,
he missed that Q. Wow, that was a bit of a waste of the exhaust.
That's a waste of exhaust because you weren't going to kill him.
Yeah.
So Thresh actually just won right then.
Yep.
Because he wasted their summoner.
Yep.
There's no reason whatsoever to walk up and place that ward.
Yeah,
it doesn't give you any information.
Well, and no, but the thing is, he didn't even place the ward. He walked into the brush, and then he placed the ward like afterwards. Like it's not like he walked up to it. He walked into the brush, which is really weird. Now we've just gone to a pause. You know.
I guess we'll talk about items then.
Yeah, well, sure, if you want. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Standard items. Thresh's Dawn Shield, which is coming back in the pro scene for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think it just gives him stronger laning, but less gold. I'm not really a fan of it, but I'm not a pro, so don't listen to me.
No, I mean it's got some merit against the Lucian because of the passive.
And Janna's range too.
Yeah. So there's some value there.
Dominant in lane.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Thresh is it's not really a super clear... I mean, Ancient Coin is good on everybody, but it probably makes him a little bit on the squishy side, and Relic Shield is... Without the execute on the minions, it's really hard to get the passive off. So...
Yeah, I miss cannons all the time.
yeah, it's the worst. So, it's one of those things that, you know, Doran's Shield, compared to the alternatives, is not a terrible option, whereas for someone like a Leona, like you're probably gonna you're gonna get Relic Shield when you're facing a very specific kind of bottom lane.
Yeah, I think Threshers go like Doran's and then Shirelia's after, so they still pick up gold gen second or whatever.
Now, I just want to mention that the Thresh went through the river brush. It's a bit dangerous when you're on purple side, just because you know if they're waiting in that brush for you.
Graves and him, if you should always walk together if you're going to do that. Graves and him could have done it because they would win level 1 probably.
Oh, Thresh just had the janky auto attack thing happen to him. Oh,
That was a nice hook he did, but he kept sort of chasing in and autoing too far, so ended up tanking the minion aggro. So he should have just hooked and then let Graves Q auto and then back off.
this Tryndamere, and oh, it looks like, wow, first blood's going to be going to, oh no.
Oh wow.
That was crazy.
Wow. That's just unlucky.
Nice work with bottom lane, even though
Thresh gets a double kill. So what happened, bot, is Graves and Thresh hit level 2 fast and landed a hook and went in. So when the enemy bot lane hits level 2 fast, you just need to back off or wait for them to push into tower.
Yeah.
Because walking up will get you killed. And especially against Thresh.
Yes.
Because Thresh hits the biggest power spike at level 2.
Yeah.
He's just
Thresh,
like-
Leona, Alistair, any of those sort of really hard engaged CC tanky supports, you really want to leave them alone. In the top lane, really, Fiora should have just, she essentially flashed into the tower, and I think Tryndamere lived purely because he managed to get a hit on her that I think critted her, and then gave him just enough life to survive the last tick of the ignite.
Maybe
So,
just game or something. Yeah, it's just better to force him to recall than it is to go for a risky play like that.
yeah, that's it. I mean, he needs farm as much as anything. Like, it's, he loves kills, but even just letting him farm up, like denying him farm, is going to be just as important. And I think that's
just TP out, which is good.
Yep. I mean, really, I think that's a big thing to learn in bronze. This TF's getting dumped on. To learn in bronze is that pushing people out of lane is as important as killing them. And I think when you're a bit starting off, in League, you think, oh, kills are the best thing, but really, actually, deny them golden XP. This Janna is
King, CS Queen, and then kills Rook or something.
wow. This Thresh made some excellent plays, and it didn't get the kill, but that's okay.
Yeah, you just need to play safe against this lane. They're already ahead, and they're just stronger right now. Like, just by virtue of their champs.
Oh my gosh! Wow, this mid lane, it's just craziness.
I didn't see what happened.
So basically, LeBlanc went in hard on TF. Oh, and he died.
And he just greeted for like 2 CS and died.
She's gonna walk away with 40 HP because of minion aggro.
Karzik should have stayed to push in the wave. If they wanted to stay to push in the wave, they should do it together. Otherwise, just back off. I didn't see how Udyr died, so I can't.
Udyr basically got what happened? So LeBlanc jumped in, got stunned by TF midway through her dash, and basically he piled in. LeBlanc then jumped back immediately, blinked back, and then Udyr was just standing there, and he just got hammered by. Wow, this is really good play by Thresh. He just got hammered by
Wait, is Lucian AFK?
Maybe. It looks like he might be. Just going to be an example of in the top lane how much damage minion aggro does, because Fiora just got basically when she went in hard onto Tryndamere, she that was a bad move by missing the yikes. Missing the stun by Twist of Fate there. Yeah, sorry. Fiora, she dived into Tryndamere, drew all the minion aggro. They were just hammering her, and Tryndamere, they basically took about as much damage from each other. Bit crazy. Oh, that was a great swoosh.
Playing this perfectly by following his jungler. And Udyr made a really good decision to invade then, because mid had just died too, and LeBlanc could collapse. He probably should have stayed around to steal the race as well. Actually, the red buff, because I was about to spawn, because I think he knew that Karzik started there.
So they've gone to 6 at top lane. Their farm is about even, and Trindamir's got a kill. So that's not a great start. Oh, LeBlanc missed her Q. I mean, essentially TF now wants to just farm as safely as possible.
Yeah, LeBlanc needs to, after taking this wave recall, because TF has Ignite soon and can probably kill her.
Oh, don't go into
That was
TF.
a nice TF ulti.
It was a good ulti, but you don't want to go in.
No. Lucian's back alive, but is really behind. So top lane, Fiora's out of mana right now, so if I was Tryndamere, I'd just jump on her.
Yeah.
Because she can't fight back at all.
Yep.
Like, there's no way
Oh, sorry, go.
you lose that fight if she's out of mana.
So Kha'Zix's made the mistake of moving sort of in a predictable fashion. It made like he walked directly back, right? You know, not anticipating the hook, and that's what allowed him to get hooked and killed. So you just need to be aware that, you know, when you move, you need to sort of try not to immediately walk straight back if you know there's a potential of getting hooked, or you know, any skill shot like that. Wow, that was a nice move by TF using the edge of his what's the ability? The wild cards to stop LeBlanc from recalling.
That's a really good thing.
Bottom
if you know
lane.
Gonna recall, and you have like an ability that can stop them that's long range, you just follow them.
Yikes! Look at this bottom lane. Gosh, this
I'm watching it top lane.
oh, basically Graves is 1v2ing with his red buff and just destroyed both of them. He didn't get a kill, but
yeah, Lucian's level 2. You can't do anything. He just has to. I don't know. He can't do anything. He's just so far behind because of the DC.
yeah.
Kha'Zix is counter jungling.
Yeah, he found.
And he gets collapsed on.
Yeah, he found Udyr, which was fine, and he put a lot of damage. Even though he's 2 levels behind, he put a lot of damage onto Udyr. But then he hung around to stay in the jungle and farm up, which just allowed LeBlanc to.
That was a mistake. He should have recognized that TF had backed.
Yeah.
So when you invade, you've always got to be aware of where your laners are and whether or not they can collapse or the enemy laners can collapse.
And you know, if you're gonna do it, put a ward down. I mean, that's the thing. Like, he actually had a ward in his inventory with his trinket, presumably. I mean, it might have just since then respawned or, you know, come off cooldown. But you know, that's if you're gonna go into their jungle, if you're gonna, I mean, which with Kha'Zix is actually not a bad idea. Oh, CTF. Oh, got the flash but didn't get the kill. If you're going to play Kha'Zix, who, you know, once he gets to level 6 is going to do a lot of damage to, you know, targets in the jungle. That DC's going to let him get back in the game. I don't know why Thresh hung around. He should have just backed off, like, well and truly before that point.
It was a nice flash over the wall though.
Yeah.
About Kha'Zix, his maxing Q right now, W is better because you can just sort of spam it in fights from the side. Just poke people. Q's not bad, but W is just a bit better.
Oh, this should be good. This should be good. Oh, he stopped the auto attack. Go TF.
TF.
Oh, where's his stun? Where's his stun? Oh no, TF. Now, if he came in with a stun, that would have been perfect, but unfortunately he
My dad is here.
Oh, you're gonna die too now.
Oh crap.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
LeBlanc just got...
She's 7-0. Holy
She
moly.
just picked up like 4 kills.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge for purple. Because now she'll just be able to kill anything and everyone.
Yeah.
Fiora needs to leave this tower. She can't do anything. Or can she?
Oh, that was actually not a bad move. Wow, that was...
It's because Udyr ordered her and took tower aggro for
Yeah.
no reason. That was Udyr's mistake.
Yeah. Should have just attacked the tower, ignore her. He wasn't going to die.
Yeah, or if you do tank the tower, let Tryndamere take aggro. Because he's got his ult
Yeah,
to survive.
yeah. Which, yeah, I mean...
It was actually good to come up here and push the tower down with Tryndamere.
Yeah.
Because nobody else could come up and Twisted Fate ulti was down. So yeah, LeBlanc is just huge right now. TF shouldn't
Oh
even
my
walk
gosh, she
up,
builds
just die.
needlessly large rod. Yeah, Twisted Fate shouldn't be anywhere near anybody right now. I mean,
Yeah.
because essentially that's what's
you
going to happen
can't
every
do
time.
anything.
Yeah, he basically needs to use his wild cards from a distance. Essentially, what the pros do, which is essentially use it to farm at a distance. Because I mean, the range of his wild cards is pretty substantial, but the range of his actual auto attack is pretty low. So yeah, it's LeBlanc, and certainly, you know, as soon as you start to move back, it's going to make it super easy for LeBlanc to dive in there and hit her chains of whatever. What are they called? What's the chain? Ethereal chains.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I mean, it's not like she's going to misclick onto a minion if you're like no either way.
I want to touch on Graves' build because it's horrible. Don't upgrade Berserkers early, and don't buy Cloak of Agility early. You want to ideally be going for a BF sword. Or some pros are going like a Ghost Blade build with IE. So going Brutalizer now wouldn't be that bad either. It's just that crit chance doesn't give you that much if you don't have AD.
Now, just to briefly touch on what happened with the Twisted Fate, he actually attacked the clone even though his Ignite had shown the real person. So, see if you're dead. Wow, putting out surprising amount of damage. Oh no! Wow, she's alive. There you go. Fiora passive OP. He misses the flay. Wow, there you go. Never say never. Oh, maybe dead still.
So, one thing that worries me is that Dragon hasn't been taken, even though Purple has a massive lead. They could have taken probably 2 or 3 Dragons by now, and have a massive gold lead. Especially because I got Udyr who can solo it as well.
Okay, that was a good move by Twisted Fate. And is he gonna get the cute?
Go for the right one.
No, they went for the wrong one. Oh no. That the new LeBlanc passive is actually pretty sweet. Like gives it an extra half a second of invisibility. So I think that's actually a reason why you might see her come back into play. Because it's actually pretty nice.
I don't think she'll be played anymore, just because when you get QR'd you can flash a W and not die.
Say again, sorry?
When you get QR'd and then she W's onto you, you can flash the W because there's no silence.
Oh yeah, it's true, yeah.
So you can sort of stop her assassination. I'd be so mad if that LeBlanc got away just then.
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
Be lucky. They might have even have been able to Dragon off LeBlanc being forced to go back because all the kills and gold are on her right now. And Kha'Zix is one of the best Dragoners.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would be a way to get back into this game.
I mean, essentially all the lanes are at least 1,000 gold ahead of their opposing laners.
And finally, here comes the dragon.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's... Sorry, go.
Warding right now. Purple has 2 pinks in the river bushes, which is really good. And they also have wards in the enemy jungle. So they can see, like, on the buffs. So they can see wherever Kha'Zix goes to do a camp. Whereas blue right now has no wards on the map anywhere. They have 1 good pink ward near their raves. They just need to set up pinks and get sweepers. So they can sweep their jungle and make sure they don't get caught out in their jungle.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the key things, especially with someone like an Udyr who one-on-one is going to just destroy you. You need to really have good dragon jungle control.
And Firo's dead.
Yeah. She actually had her ult up, but I guess she thought she was dead and there was no chance of coming back. Back off TF. No, no.
Well, it's not a bad idea to go for a play when you see 3 people go top. It's just that LeBlanc is so fed that she can just kill you all.
There must have been some lag on his part or something because he just looked like he kind of walked in a particularly weird fashion.
So I want to see Purple group up and just try and force down towers right now. because they're really far ahead, and LeBlanc will probably be able to pick somebody off if they miss that.
Interestingly, Tryndamere just used his teleport to go back to lane, which is fine. But he went to the bottom lane instead of the top lane. Like, the top lane is the only one with the tier 1 tower still up, so I'd be looking to push that before trying to push anything else down.
It's easy money, because it's really risky to walk up to that tower.
Yeah. And you can actually teleport to the tower itself, which means you've got a lower cooldown, and, you know, it's always good with teleport. Yeah. No sweepers on the part of Thresh. He probably should have gone for a sweep. Actually, he hasn't even got a sight stone. He hasn't even got.
How do they have so many wards if he doesn't have a sight stone?
Yeah. So that's actually really good warding by everybody else. Tryndamere is going to get away, but can he jump over the wall? Yes. This is. Oh, nice.
Flash to follow. Oh, that was a waste of a TF ulti.
Yep. But he didn't know that. He just saw there was a fight going down. So.
What a KS.
Well, just head him off. I mean, Tryndamere is pretty tricky.
I guess it showed if Purple were going to come and kill Kha'Zix yet.
Wow, the damage is real on Fiora.
Wow, this
Fiora is actually doing pretty well for someone. He had a pretty rough start. Oh, no, it's good work, Kha'Zix.
That's just overstaying when you have no HP.
Yeah.
It's just being greedy. That's like what a lot of mistakes are. It's just being greedy for kills and CS and stuff. When if you just play safe.
Well, that's essentially what the pros do. Like, they actually, if you actually watch how they play, yes, they are incredibly skilled and they do amazing things, but they play really conservatively. Both sides. Like, nobody takes crazy risks.
You notice in laning sometimes they didn't even bother to trade with each other. It's just like sort of a mutual pact.
Yeah.
Not trade, so they just both farm.
But even there, and they essentially both sides to play conservatively, so they kind of both, like, it's not like one side plays risky and other conservatively. Oh wow, they finally got the kill, but I think that was just probably needlessly greedy for a kill. Oh, she gets away. Thought she was gonna die there,
This
but
one's just a lucker.
yeah. Yeah, how they move through the jungle, how they ward, where they, you know, basically they don't go anywhere they don't know is warded. So, where most players will just barrel through every part of the jungle in solo queue, well, especially low elo solo queue. Yeah, this Thresh I think really needs. I think it would have been much smarter to buy a sight stone.
Yeah, he's doing good though, and he's roaming around really nicely.
Yeah, and he's getting so tanky. I mean, you saw like Kha'Zix did barely any damage to him there. You might still get him, but
Kha'Zix is really good chase.
yeah,
But it's chasing too far because he has no backup.
yeah, and he didn't have a whole lot of mana either.
Yeah, he should have just looked at his map for a second and seen who was around. And he would have seen LeBlanc and stuff and realised it's a bad idea to keep chasing. That was a nice exhaust, but LeBlanc is just fed so much. Like it was the right play, but I wish it can't.
Oh dear,
Wow.
those crits are real.
Yep, Lucian got RNG'd.
Yep. I mean, Graves is, you know, still 3,000 gold ahead of him. But this Fiora in top lane against this Tryndamere, he actually doesn't have a whole lot to do. Like, a whole lot in answer to Fiora. Like, she dives to him, he spins away, she dives to him again, she puts that parry. You know, it's actually, she's actually, even though she's behind in CS and, you know, died more, she's actually pretty dominant over Tryndamere right now.
I'm not entirely sure how the matchup goes, so I can't talk about it.
But it's still very risky. I mean, you can see that LeBlanc is like, you know, circling around. And we're going to say goodbye to Fiora.
Oh wow, what the hell?
Yeah. DFG.
And the problem here is that Fiora's continuing to lane in 22 minutes when every other tower is dead. She should try and make plays in other lanes. Specifically bot lane, because LeBlanc is too fed to do anything too. So she could probably walk up through lane, behind bot lane.
I don't know what this Kha'Zix is doing.
Jump in and try and get some kills. I want to talk about amongst item choices.
Sure.
Don't pick up Rod of Ages at this point, it's way too late.
Yep.
I think she's probably just trolling though. Because she's really fit. You want to get Death Cap or Void Staff. Probably Death Cap because they don't have any tanks.
Yep. I mean, Trinity. I mean, really, the team is so fed. They really, even Trinity could group up with them and push down. Well, I mean, 4v4, even 4v5, they can probably take them down with the right, the right threshold or whatever. So, yeah, really, they're essentially wasting time to allow the other team to get back into the game. Like, if you don't pressure these objectives,
You can throw.
yeah.
So, what blue team needs to do to get back into this is try to set up picks onto people. You need to get vision in a bush and just camp in it. Or, another option, which is sort of an all or nothing, is just go and do Baron.
Yeah.
And just say, if they come and kill us here, we're gonna lose anyway. But if we get it, then we have a way back in.
I mean, heck, even purple team could do Baron to try and force the fight.
I wouldn't even do Baron because there's a chance that Fiora and Kha'Zix might like kill you all with AoE.
True,
I'd just
yeah.
go for towers. It's just a risk where you might throw. They're just so far ahead. Just go for towers. You don't need Baron to do anything. So finally they're grouping up, and Trindam is splitting, which isn't a bad decision.
Yikes. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, yeah. I mean, you really... there was nothing you could really do. Like, he wasn't going to stop them from getting the tar... Oh, well, okay, wow, Gus is going ham. They surrendered. Yeah, 24 minutes. Yeah, unfortunate, the way that played out. But I think the teams are a little bit unbalanced. Next game we'll try and balance the teams out a bit better. So, yeah. Alright, I don't think there's much more to be said about that. I think we pretty much